What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Toy Talk. That's right. It's Monday, March 13th, 2023. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Toy Father, aka Chris. With me, as always. So I was getting this wrong. I was looking at the recording and I'm like, I'm positive I pointed to the right way. So am I pointing to the right way this time?
Yeah. Yes. You never point to the right way. It's so confusing. You always
point the opposite.
That's so weird. Because on mine, I'm pointing to the opposite way. Like I'm pointing to Josh right now, right?
Yeah, so the point you have to point away from you.
I'm actually pointing at the my camera is showing me that I'm pointing at the curtain.
You are.
Yeah,
that's
you are.
Where I'm at.
Because you on my screen are to my right. This way.
Oh.
Are you signaling with bike hand gestures?
So okay, Cox Create. That way. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
We got no chewing. That one's easy. That's down.
Well.
Then we got Toy Addict 17. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, everyone.
He's in the spirit.
Yes, in the spirit. The March spirit.
The March spirit, right?
So you were talking that Freddy glove looks expensive, but it's not.
It's not. This is a $10 Freddy Krueger glove from Party City.
Interesting.
Trick or Treat Studios makes one that's like $80, and it's pleather, and it's like and it's real metal. Like these claws are real metal. They're not sharp though.
They look dangerous.
These are not. These are like.
Do you ever just go around your house like scraping the wall with them?
I was just doing it a few minutes ago before we went live. I was just like doing my daughter. I was like, man. He used to play with a dog. Mess with the dog.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Tired.
Yeah. You're tired. I know you're tired. So do you like live stream till like 12, like at least 2 or 3 nights last week?
2 nights back to back, double feature.
Double feature.
You missed it
by like 20 hours.
We had or I couldn't go on, but No Chewing and Yimbo did the TPC top 10 till like about 11:30, and then the following day No Chewing and I were on Toying Around's podcast, or I'm sorry, stream, unboxing stream, and we were up for a while. Like I think the stream ended at 11:30, and then we were still talking to him at like 12. So
yeah.
So what else is going on, boys? Cox Reed, you had art on your show, or you were on art show unboxing art. State of the art with Almighty Legends, like we had last week. How was that?
Nice guy.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
That was a good. Yeah, definitely. Check out that Kickstarter from our last stream. It's in the description. Check him out. Dacre was a really fun guy, and he has a clear vision for his product, which I really appreciated. So, any new figures?
Yeah.
No.
I got the Munsters, Herbert Munster.
Yeah.
Herman Munster. Yeah, I got that one. That was pretty cool.
That's cool. Will you get the entire family?
I'm gonna buy all of them.
That's awesome.
Are all of them out?
I kind of want them. I'm gonna wait until the black and white version.
Yeah, they all. I don't think they're gonna release a black and white version of them.
Oh, really?
No, it's based off the Rob Zombie movie. So they're really colorful, and the movie's really crappy. But I really want the figures, so I'm like, so they're pretty cool. They're fun to work with.
That's cool.
I'm excited for them.
It looks good. I didn't expect that to be part of a holothon.
Yeah, I mean neither. When I saw a couple of people find them in a wild, so I was like, oh, let me check my Target, and lo and behold, I went and they had one box.
I've only seen the Sherry Moon one. That's the only one I saw.
And Josh, you got a bunch of Super 7?
Yeah, I got the whole turtle, all 4 turtles.
That's cool.
Andrew over at Toyco was having it was like they're already marked down, plus you get another 10% off and free shipping over on Toyco. So
was that the website or his Facebook?
Yeah, the website. And he only had 3. Originally, I only ordered 3. And then I just messaged him. I was like, dude, you got an extra Donatello laying around? And he's like, yeah, I got one. So,
Nice.
That's cool.
Wow. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Toyco, that's a great website. The guy Andrew used to runs a Facebook where he'd take pre-orders on his Facebook, and that's how he ran his store. And then he launched a website about a few months ago, and it was great. I like it. I think it's well run.
He's got a lot of. If you're looking for like old imports that are hard to find now, he's got a bunch of those.
Definitely. And he told me his wife runs the website and he runs the Facebook. So,
and then his kid packs the orders, and he always throws a bag of candy in for me. So,
yes.
Oh, nice.
While we're talking, I'm just gonna open this guy.
Yeah, go ahead. No chewing. How about yourself? I know you got a few things.
I opened most of them on Kevin's show on Thursday, but I did get the Ninja Turtles, Toddler Turtles in.
Yeah, that's right. I saw a photo that you're going to post. You love them?
Yeah, I do. I opened them with my son, and he broke the Mauser butt immediately.
Which ones did you get?
The accessory pack. Hold on a second.
The baby turtle pack. The baby turtle pack.
Oh, lucky.
You kept the box. Nice.
Yeah, they're back in the box.
What broke in the accessory? What broke in the Mauser?
The jaw.
Oh my god!
So it was like a jaw on the hinge, and my son just like, I was just sitting next to him. He's like, Dad. I was like,
at least
like the box has been open for 10 seconds.
That's too bad. It's all right though.
It's okay. I can glue it together, and it'll be fine.
Well, everyone here, we thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you in our chat, talking up, asking our guests questions during the show. And please think of questions when we introduce our guests. But let's go to the chat. Let's check it out. Who do we got? We got Carlos. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
We got Zach, Sequential Plastic. How you doing? Check out he did an amazing feature for Toypa community with some turtles.
It was the giveaway feature that we did. So we gave away 2 to be an instant. We'll feature you, or Toypa community will feature you on the IG page. And Zach made a very cool Ninja Turtle shot.
Yeah, and he put the behind the scenes up there too, video. That was pretty cool. Unboxing Art, what's up, buddy? 88, what's up, buddy? 88 did all of the promo art as well as Roman toys for Almighty Legends. Not a bird. What's up, bud? I am TJ Williams, always a good regular. We need to get these guys to 1K. I agree with you.
Yes,
don't forget to sub, share with like-minded individuals. And we got Mary Fox. How you doing, Mary?
Hey, how's it going, Mary?
Mike Hex, how you doing, bud? Salvaged Cargo, what's going on? Welcome. Across the Multiverse, what's going on? Hey, Toy Mirth. Agent Variant. Clintastic 4. Love Clintastic 4. It's true. Toy Addict. Collectible Fun, what's going on? AB, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Welcome.
Hey.
Rowdy.
Check out AB on Pick Bar. Machu Toy, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Unworthy Collector, what's going on, buddy? Check out Unworthy Collector. He's got a great podcast and a masterclass. Do we know, is Zeke
Unworthy? When is your next one?
Yeah. When's the next
one? Not the masterclass. I mean the podcast. When
that too. Both of them.
Yeah. Well, the masterclass is normally on Fridays.
Well, I want to know who it is.
Oh, fair enough.
He has the luck of the draw going on. So I know it was the 6th to the 16th is the deadline for all the people that have their first challenge to post their photos. So the 16th. So check that out. That's pretty
nice.
dope.
You're involved, right?
Yes, I am. My challenge It was Luck Runs Out. So I did a Constantine photo with Satan behind.
That was
him.
a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, I'm
Super
excited.
Gamer Boy, what's up? Welcome.
Hey.
It's right after the contest for the podcast. Got it.
Oh, perfect.
For the next podcast.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Plugs, guys. You want to talk about some plugs before we move forward? Toy Attic.
Black and Wednesdays is back for the third week of this month. I went live earlier, and then I plugged the show also. But Black and Wednesdays is this Wednesday. Again, black and white shot with a splash of green. Make sure you use the hashtag TA_Black and Wednesdays. Tag me, and like I said, have fun and be creative. I made the challenge. I challenged anyone, and when I was doing the live, that if they wanted to take a photo of themselves and make it a black and white shot and add green to it, I challenged somebody to do it. So a few people said they were going to try it, and I can't wait to see that. So that's, again, it's a fun collab. So thank you for everybody for participating. And then speaking of Black and Wednesdays, big shout out to TPC for featuring some Black and Wednesday shots. And also I'm a special
guest nominator.
Yes, and I nominated 3 photos. And they're amazing photos, and go support those guys. It's Raven's Eye Studio, Zombie Clown Photography, and The Unhuman. Go check those photos out. They're awesome. 1 like equals 1 photo. So go support these fellas. Awesome.
Right. Yeah, go check them out. There were some great photos.
I like the black and white. The green was hard for me though, because I didn't have anything green. So I took my pumpkin guy and I just changed the orange to green. He was like,
I didn't think that one through, because when I started, I seen everybody like doing green shots, and I'm like, I don't really have a lot of green going on here. So I did the Elvira shot, but it's challenging, but it's fun too. So I'm excited.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun. Like I still got to figure out my shot for this week.
Wait till the next color. That's gonna be really hard.
Really?
No spoilers. I no spoilers.
I'm excited.
Wait till the
no chewing.
Like always, we have the TPC Top 10 at 8:45 this Wednesday, during which we're going to do the same feature giveaways, the secret hashtag. I believe we're also going to do a giveaway because of the TPC Discord channel reaching above 300. I don't know what their subscribers are called.
Followers?
Members?
Yeah, members.
So I believe there's a giveaway this Wednesday for that. For those that want to join the Discord and continue that conversation, the link is in the Toy Pick community bio, and it's run by Jaden Ivory. And also upcoming, based upon last week's show, there's going to be another challenge. We're all about challenges. It's going to be the Randalorian challenge. It is a Star Wars setting, not using Star Wars characters. Inspired by The Mandalorian, inspired by Burkhead Toys, who did a fantastic shot of Toy Story characters in the Mandalorian environment. The logo was designed by Clintastic 4.
I think Not a Bird may have done something too.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one. How about you, Cox Create?
Just be sure to tune in to Unboxing Art on Wednesday. I'll be over there as well. Not paying attention, playing with turtles probably too.
Is there a guest this week?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's just me and Art talking toys.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, check out Art. He's really just a great person in the community. Really loves toys, and also just has a great, strong community of his own too. One question before I introduce the next guest. What app do you use to add green to the black and white photos? This is a great question. This was my very first question for the Black and Wednesdays with a hint of red that I asked these guys, and they told me to use Lightroom and then
I use PixArt.
Me too.
PixArt too.
You go into PixArt, you hit color splash, you can drag your thing around to the color you want it to show, and it only show that color.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is PixArt. That's what I use. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then they give you that option where you could pick a filter also. Like you could pick any black and white filter. And if you click on the icon, let me take this damn thing off.
No. It's like
No,
you're
it's
gesturing
great.
like heavy Italian.
Fantastic. It's very
all hand gestures.
It's very threatening. It's great.
I mean, I've been paying attention this entire time. Every time you start counting down numbers.
It's true.
Yeah. So let me put the glove back on. All
There
right.
you
So so if you click filter, the black and white filter, it'll give you the option on top. You'll see the eraser. You can erase, like if it's a figure or you have an accessory that's green, you can erase some of the black and white so only the green could show. That's what I do. It's easy. It's easier to do. I know I've helped a couple of people and they've asked the same questions, but again, it's really simple. Just go on Pick Arts, pick the black and white filter, and then with the erase icon, you could erase the parts that you want to show. Yep.
Yeah, that's a great
Nice.
explanation.
I
Yeah.
use Lightroom, and what I do is I go
That's a
into the
good
color
one.
mixer and I strip away the saturation from every color but green.
Nice.
Oh. Very cool. There's certainly different ways to do it, but those are a few suggestions. All right, our next guest has been waiting long enough. Let me just tell you about our next guest, Darth Dandada. He is an amazing photographer in the toy community. The first time I met him was, again, at the New Jersey Toy Con. And he was sitting with Chubsy Wubsy, and we just struck up a conversation. It was a very short conversation, but what I walked away was, wow, this guy is a really nice guy, and he just seems like he loves toys and loves toy photography. Then I looked him up, and I saw his photography, and I was like, my God, this guy is talented. He really knows what he's doing in his photography. So if you haven't checked him out, let's go to give him a follow. But let's introduce Darth Dandada. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
I appreciate that intro. Wow.
Yeah, I think
that put the Kool-Aid smile on my face. Yeah.
I remember. It was like right outside the entrance / like eating area.
Yeah, it's in the little back in the corner, the other side of the gym. Yeah.
Which is also right next to the bathrooms, which is
Yeah.
on second thought, it wasn't very sanitary, but
There's a
And then it's
room,
crazy
there's
is
a
the
wall.
food's right there. It's
Yeah.
like even worse.
yeah, exactly. But I do have to say, when it was, I remembered your name because it was pretty easy to remember that and following you. But again, it wasn't until after the fact when I was looking at your photos, like, my God, these photos are crisp and they're action oriented. They're amazing. So
Thank you.
and for those of you who have questions for do we call you Darth Dandada, or do you want to call
I know I feel bad because I know my name is kind of like weird, but it's like I'm like Jamaican, I'm Caribbean, so
Yeah.
Dandada is kind of like a boss. So
Got
I'm basically
it.
like Darth Dandada. Yeah, so
that makes sense?
See, I hope it makes sense for everybody. So yeah, but you can just call me Sharif. Everybody calls me Sharif. Yeah.
Well, I asked because Machu put Sharif as an awesome dude and puts in the work for his shots.
Yeah, Mach is a great guy too. That's my man right there, man.
Yeah.
I'm like blessed with a lot of good people. As far as from the toy community, it's a blessing. It definitely is.
So before we get into it, I always like to start with a discussion question. And everyone in the chat, please, I want to hear all of your answers when it comes to this discussion question. Our discussion question for today is really just to break the ice, to get us really going with our guest as well, so that he can get to know us as well. Our discussion question this week is, what toy have they not made that you would like made badly? And it could be a toy that's made in one that you haven't, that has been made but hasn't been made specifically by a company. So that's our discussion question. Let's start with, like, Sharif, do you have an answer? Or
Yeah, I got it.
You do?
After you told me, the wheels started turning, and then I came up with something.
All right,
it's out of the blue. Some people might not know the character, but I really would like classify to make Dawn Marrero, the new Snake Eyes. She's basically the female Snake Eyes. And right now, well, IDW just lost the license, so I don't know who's gonna make the comics now. But beforehand, she was like pretty much one of the main characters in the new generation of G.I. Joe. And I just think she's a dope character because she was a female, and then her brain got filled with Snake Eyes memories by Dr. Mindbender, and she's just like really dope. and a cool design. I just would think it would be a cool design character.
Wait, so new Snake Eyes. So what happened to the old Joes? It's just a new generation of Joes?
Yeah, because Snake Eyes dies a lot. I don't know if you know that. He eventually gets killed. Him and
the
Serpentor,
comics?
yeah, they dies in the comics.
Okay.
There's a new guy that's Snake Eyes, but his name is Throwdown, but they consider him Snake Eyes. But then Baroness had this young girl named Dawn Morrell that was really good at martial arts, and then they brainwashed her to be like a Cobra operative. But then she ends up getting captured by some G.I. Joes, and then she becomes Snake Eyes. Well, I skipped a spot, but what happens is Dr. Mindbender wants to put mind control on her by accident. Baroness presses the wrong button, and she gets installed with Snake Eyes memories because he's going to take a whole bunch of people and like make her one person.
That's a big mess up. Like, how do you mess that? Like,
it's comic stuff. You know how comics is like, oops. Like,
not
oops.
like can of Coke knocked on the control panel. So it's
Baroness and the can of Coke. That's a good one. I like that. I have to look her up. Is the design pretty much the same but female?
Yeah, just think Snake Eyes but female.
Got it.
She looks pretty
Latina Snake Eyes female. Yeah.
Right. I can see Hasbro doing it, especially since in the Power Ranger line, they went over to the Boom Studios to do some of those figures. Yeah. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. So. And
like with characters like how they just made Kamakura, that was like kind of a direct telling you like we're gonna go outside that box,
Yeah.
Like,
and Kamakura was a great figure
because Kamakura is actually who the new Snake Eyes is. All right, it gets confusing, but there's a guy.
How many Snake Eyes are there?
All right, there's technically like two, because there's a guy named Throwdown who Kamakura originally was, who was Snake Eyes' apprentice. When Snake Eyes died, no one knew that he died, and then it was like should we say like comics, how comics are?
Yeah.
The kid Kamakura, his face got burned, and he lost his voice. So then he came out of the fire with Snake Eyes mask on. So instead of making the world know Snake Eyes died, they just consider him Snake Eyes. But his name is Throwdown.
Okay.
So Throwdown is a Snake Eyes, and then you have Don Marrero. They're both two entities that basically Kamakura was trained by Snake Eyes, and she has Snake Eyes memories. So they're both two Snake Eyes in a way.
Did you just see her walking out of the fire, like trying to just pretend to be Snake Eyes now? They're like, hey, hold on a minute. You're not Snake Eyes.
Yeah, comics are weird, man. I'm sorry I started rambling. I get like
I love it.
Stuff.
Yeah.
No, I like when you'd explain comic books, it just makes me happy because I remember my daughter had asked me who is that in a Spider-Man comic book, and it was the Green Goblin. And she goes, who's the Green Goblin?
And I said, her?
No. And I said, well, this one is Harry Osborn, but the original was Norman Osborn. But the reason why it's Harry right now, but it's going to be Norman again because Norman's still alive. And then she was like, what?
Welcome to comic lore.
Yeah, it's the same thing of like the Snake Eyes.
It's so confusing.
Josh, how about you?
Oh God, there's a bunch. Street Sharks.
Oh yeah.
I want. But 5K did tease some kind of
Abyss Fury or Abyss Force.
So we might be getting those. I hope so.
They showed an image of a street, like the image from behind. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So I want Street Sharks. Remember, I've been wanting biker mice since you've known me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's doing it, but I do not like what they're doing.
You don't
the folks over in the cell.
Yeah.
By the way, if you hear screaming, baby, nobody's getting tortured. I have a 2-year-old, so
totally.
I understand.
We're all dads. All right. Well, that sounds good too, Josh. I mean,
well, I was just thinking of one the other day. I don't know. I like movie figures, so like Universal Soldier. I would like a John McClane from Die Hard.
Wow.
A Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
Escape from New York.
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep going.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Toy Attic?
Well, as you all know, I'm a Power Rangers fan, so
freaking glove. First of all,
I'm a Power Rangers fan. No, I'm gonna switch it up. So, besides that conversation we had, I've always wanted NECA to make. I'm a big horror fan, so I always wanted NECA to make. Well, I really want them to make a Halloween Ends Michael Myers with a Corey head sculpt, just because I want to complete that line. I want to have like all the Michael Myers. Also, too, I want them to get the licensing for the original Halloween movie because they don't have the licenses for that movie. But if I could think of a figure that it's just a big curveball and it's something that I wouldn't expect, I would like for them to make either like a 9-inch or a 10-inch pumpkin head figure.
Oh,
that would be dope.
That's a good one.
It would be like 10 inches, huh?
What? I heard totally something different. What did you say?
I said in the 7-inch scale, he would be about 10 inches.
No. He would be like the size of maybe like Metalhead or
because he was really tall in the movie, though.
Or even like the Assassin Predator. Like if they did like a pumpkin head that
the Alpha
size,
Predator.
Yeah.
He's more of like 8 inches, 9. I'm talking about more of like the what is it, the Assassin Predator from the Predator movies. It was like big,
he's big,
mutated one. That size. But I don't think Pumpkinhead was that tall though. I think he was more of like an alien, like a xenomorph size.
Dude, that figure was 12 inches tall, I believe. Yeah, that Assassin Predator from that crappy movie.
It's like
that thing was.
Yeah, he was definitely yeah, he was. But I don't think Pumpkinhead would be that. I think Pumpkinhead would be like maybe just like a xenomorph, like the aliens they make. And maybe like the Alpha Predator, maybe that size. I don't think it would be that big. But again, that would be something that would definitely be a curveball to kind of just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't expect it. Like you would expect them to make a Halloween and all that stuff, but like when like today, right? I wasn't expecting them to do the Captain Spaulding like retro cloth. Like I'm excited for that one. Can't wait till that one comes out. So yeah, that would be the one I want.
Awesome.
Too bad.
No chewing.
I think most of my childhood like fandom's already been covered by all these companies. So I would probably say I would go in on a line of arcane figures from that Netflix show, which was League of Legends.
Did McFarlane make some of those?
He made the game ones, but not the actual series. Okay. And I dug the series. I thought visually it was beautiful. I thought the storyline, even though it definitely pulled from everywhere.
I bet you.
Yeah, season 2 comes out later this year, so I'm hoping someone will just say, "Yeah, I'm making them."
I think you might get your wish.
That's a good one. That's a good ask. For me, I was thinking of two things. One is a 1/12 scale of the No Way Home end of the movie SpiderMan.
That would be dope.
They're making a Hot Toys,
and
it looks incredible. I just want the 1/12 scale though.
Yeah, I'm sure that's coming.
It has to be.
All right, I'm confused. You're talking about like the scene when he's in the new suit after everything's said and done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guarantee you SH Figure Arts has already got it ready to show.
I'm sure they do. It just hasn't come out, Yeah. Then another thing is, and I've talked about this before, like I want a 1/12 reimagination of Mask. I want them to do Mask all over again in a 1/12 scale. Like I want the figures, I want the vehicles. I think they haven't done that because the vehicles would be tough, like in a 1/12 scale.
It's gonna be like a HasLab every pre-order.
If they were to do all of those vehicles in 1/12, that would be really tough. I think in terms of just getting the right articulation and making it not so much making it for cheap, but making it at a profit. Like so.
For a moment, when you said mask, I instantly thought the mask. I was like, seriously, you need more the mask figures? You already have 2.
I just
How many more?
I have 1.
No, I thought you bought 2.
Maz was on your same train. He's like, Eric Stoltz or the cartoon?
Neither.
Hey man, Eric Stoltz is cool. Okay.
Yes, he is cool.
It would be cool if Super 7 or NECA made like Mighty Max. Remember Mighty Max?
Mighty Max.
Yeah, I agree.
They did that.
Wasn't that like the boys' version of Polly Pocket?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Absolutely was.
Yeah.
Absolutely was.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of them.
Yeah, Mighty Max was great.
Yeah.
I got another ask. I want SH Figure Arts to get to do the animated Marvel stuff. I think they would kill it on that.
Yeah.
Are we talking classic Marvel, like X-Men animated series? What are we talking about?
Yeah, like X-Men, the 90s X-Men, 90s
The
Spider-Man, all those. What else?
The What If. You could do What If.
Silver Surfer, Iron Man. But like they do so well with their animated like face sculpt and stuff like that. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
Well,
it
in the
takes them
chat,
2 decades to do all the figures you wanted, but it'd be really cool.
in the chat, all of you had some suggestions. Unworthy says the Wizard of Oz. Says it again.
Okay.
yeah, Tin Man would be cool.
That's exactly the one I was thinking of.
I'm surprised NECA hasn't done something like that. That's right up NECA's alley too. Like,
You're right.
be-
How have they not done that?
I'm sorry.
Oh, and
Probably
all the
licensing,
boxes
man.
stacked next to
Licensing
each
is
other?
crazy nowadays.
And do it like black and white, like they're doing the Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
So it's like color
I'm so
and black.
surprised
And
they
white.
haven't done that yet.
It'd be so
That'd be
cool.
really good.
That's a great idea.
You see 5 grown men go chasing down a black and white Dorothy. Oh,
Yeah, the Dorothy variant.
Yeah, right.
I just want the flying monkeys.
No, it's a black and white with splash of red. The shoes will always be red.
Tin Man and Scarecrow would be good. Those would be good.
Yeah.
I would use the Wicked Witch for Black and Wednesdays in green. That would be dope.
That'd be
They
cool.
did the
too.
Wicked Witch.
The Wicked
I
Witch would
forgot
be a
about
good
Wicked Witch.
figure.
That'd
That'd
be
be
a
You
good
get all the
figure.
freaky figures from Return to Oz.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
NECA would nail that. NECA would definitely nail
The
that.
weird pumpkin guy.
Yeah, no issue.
The Green Knight.
Hold on, before we move on, Not a Bird said, I think McFarlane is doing the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, really?
Sorry, I just want to throw that in before we move
All
on.
Huh. Interesting.
Wow, he got the license. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That dude got money.
I haven't watched The Green Knight yet.
I haven't watched it either.
I haven't watched it either. Not a Bird. The Never Ending Story characters. Oh,
Yeah, I'd take a Treyu and I want what Falcor?
What's the
It's a dog.
thing? Yeah,
Yes,
Falcor.
dog.
Falcor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
And
like
the
a
Rock
vehicle.
Biters would be cool. I could see McFarlane doing those too, honestly.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting how big of a factor he is too. Sometimes I forget.
yeah.
He definitely can do it.
I think Diamond Select could do those too, though. To the movie figures, that's like something up their alley as well. Mary Fox says a 1/12 scale kit car.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
112, like any movie car, I would be like, if NECA makes a DeLorean, I'm gonna spend all my money on it.
Totally.
That'd be cool.
They made a DeLorean, but it wasn't 112. It was like a die cast.
Yeah.
It wasn't even.
Right.
It wasn't good at all.
Well, like they did with the Turtle line, they did all the animated turtles and they gave us the van. So they've done all the Back to the Future figures. So we just need a DeLorean. That's it.
Yeah.
Torma said, I want to do a Jim Carrey Grinch. Ooh,
That'd be good. That'd be good too.
That would be dope.
Cops or Brave Start?
Wow.
Braveheart.
Blast from the past.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. I'm surprised somebody like Super 7 hasn't picked up Cops. Like,
Yeah.
that's something I can see them doing too. Like, that'd be
That's
perfect for them.
cops. Yeah.
Yeah.
APC do the GoBots. What's
My friend Keith is
APC?
obsessed with those.
Yeah?
Like Keith loves those, man. Keith has like he drove to like Rhode Island to get a whole lot of them like a week ago. I was like, dude, you love GoBots. Wow.
Why Rhode Island? Was there like a?
It was like an old man had like literally almost everyone that came out.
Oh,
So
wow.
Keith went over there and got like he paid like $600 for like $2,000 worth of stuff. It was like a crazy deal he got. So I was like, I get you, man. He was like, yo, bro, I took the ride 20 times. I was like, okay.
Agent Variant says Red Dead Redemption Morgan 1/12 with all the accessories. They did 5K? I don't know if that was Morgan, but they did a Red Dead.
Yeah, it was 1/6 though.
Figure. Oh, that was 1/6? Oh, okay.
I think so.
Just looking to see if there's any more in the chat. We do have JShot. What's up, buddy? So JShot and Machu, they do a show on Wednesdays at 8:00. Between Two Sentinels. Check it out.
This week's guest.
Man. Yeah, man.
This week on Between Two Sentinels at 8:00, they will have High School Creation talking about his newly released Kickstarter starting tomorrow.
That's right. Wall DX. Awesome.
Wall XD.
Wall XD, sorry. Sharif, you were on Between Two Sentinels too.
Yeah, that was a pleasure too. You see all the people that's on that show, man. Sarge Bananas, I'm honored, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm genuinely honored.
Well, yeah. Well, you do have great stuff. Star Fox with the Air Wing. Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Star Fox.
I think Jax will probably get around. You know how they just released? Was it Samus, Zelda, Link? They've been
didn't Nintendo's Nintendo figures have a few of those Star Fox figures? I'm almost 100% sure.
Yeah, the amiibo things or whatever.
Yeah, and I think they had like one because they had those little small articulated figures. I think they had one of the. I forgot the bird's name from Star Fox. I used to play that game. I used to love that game.
Oh, the bird. That's right.
Yeah, I used to
remember the frog guy.
The vibration pack.
Come up on the corner and talk shit when you were doing
that. Yeah, I used to love that, man. It was such a weird game, but I liked it so much.
Star Fox was an awesome game. Dr. Spacescape says he'd like one more 1/12 dinosaur figures. There aren't many. Didn't NECA say they were doing a bunch of them?
Yeah, NECA announced for you're talking about Dinosaurs the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, they announced they're making a line. NECA's making a line.
No, I think he's just meaning like regular dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm confused too. I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
Okay. Dude, I forgot all about the not the mama figures.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
I need all those.
Yeah.
I like them. I don't need all of them.
Bionic 6 would be nice.
Yes, that would be nice.
Who's Bionic
Pigs
6?
Figs. Space.
You remember Bionic 6? That's old, man. It was like a family, and they all had like bionic powers, and I think they had like a monkey or something like that too.
Wait, is this a spinoff of Bionic Man?
No, it was like
different.
I think of it more like Captain Planet, just no Captain Planet, if that makes sense.
Let's talk about Captain Planet.
It's like a mom and dad, and they all got power.
Captain Planet would be dope.
A Mezco Captain Planet, that'd be great.
Yeah, I just need one nice Captain Planet. I don't
And
need the Planeteers.
And a Captain Pollution.
Sure. Just repaint it. Sure.
He needs to fight someone, or you could just spray the atmosphere aerosol and say that he's fighting smog.
He's
no chewing
everyone.
15 at checkout.
All caps, no chewing 15 at checkout.
I don't want Who Framed Roger Rabbit, JShot says. That's awesome.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. Or Cool World, that other one, Cool World.
Cool World. That's it. Oh, you remember Cool World? That's
Cool
right.
World. Yeah, that was crazy.
The racing snail? I'm not sure what that is.
From the Never Ending Story.
Oh, got it.
Oh.
Ramen Toys is doing Brave Star.
Get out of here. Really?
Toys is also doing a mask too, but it's
Machina?
They don't do like waves
I don't
though. They
think
just
it's
do like
mask.
one figure, huh?
Oh, they're not calling it mask, you're saying?
I think it's Machina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not mask.
Man, these guys know how to get around paying for those licenses, man.
It's mask, not it's mask, not mask.
It's a red car with gold wing doors. It could be anyone. No.
Yeah.
And the clear character.
If it looks like mask, hey,
mask.
Maybe that's what you're seeing. I don't know.
I want to see more cartoon characters from Revoltech, like the Mickey. Yeah, that's a good
Yes, I'm with you, Machu. All four.
And then not always Han. I want some articulated California raisins. That's a good one.
You know,
I had
Origin
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the arms moved. That was about it.
Yeah, I remember those.
Oh, Dr. Space Ape, he just wants more dinosaurs, not the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
know that there's like that was it like Cryptozoic or whatever? It was a Kickstarter and it funded and now they're doing really well, but I think they're only
Yeah.
on a huge scale.
Is that the one that had the T-Rex that was like a xenomorph one time? Did you see that one?
Oh, is this the Boss Fight Studio line?
I think so.
No,
I'm not. It's not.
it's called like Cryptozoic, the one I'm thinking of.
Mm.
What about the Animaniacs?
Animaniacs, Super 7 has those.
Yeah, somebody could. Yeah, I was like, I could have sworn somebody was doing that.
Yeah,
Kinda
it'd be good
want
too.
them.
Underworld, some Underworld figures with Celine.
Underworld.
Make some Underworld figures would be dope. I want the Underworld figures.
Did we talk about this? How in college, my friends and I had a big debate who would win, vampires or werewolves, and then Underworld came out, and we're like, "This settles it. This is going to settle our debate, guys." So we all packed into a car because none of us had really cars. All packed into the car, went to the mall, watched Underworld. One X Factor that we did not even think about: vampire werewolf hybrid. We didn't even think about that.
The classic story of when a werewolf and a vampire fall in love. Have a date.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And we were really pissed about that because it didn't really answer any questions. I was like, "This is stupid. I can't
You
believe
did
that."
answer your question.
Well,
Vampire werewolf hybrid wins.
Exactly.
It's like playing rock, paper, scissors, and somebody goes, dynamite.
That's exactly what happened. All right. Well, that was actually a really good discussion question. That took a lot of time.
All right, guys. See you next time. No,
Yeah, we'll see you next time. But no, this is great because in terms of just getting to know our guest, Sharif, we always like to have you start with kind of your toy origin. So how you got into toys, how it shaped you into the toy photographer you are, and your journey through toy photography.
Well, I mean, I'm just like everybody else. Like you guys grew up on most of these toys, a lot of this stuff, most of this content, a lot of these cartoons. But
were you an 80s child? Like, were you?
Yeah, I'm an 80s baby. I don't care. I was born in 82. So, yeah. So,
all right, yeah.
So I was like right there at the peak when everything started, just like everybody else was. So, but far as like collecting, I always collected. And then, I became a teenager, didn't care. And when I got like around 18, 19, I started collecting sideshows again. For a little while, I was collecting 1/6 scale, like the Star Wars stuff. And then I forgot how I got into 112. I think one day I was just like Googling action figures because I wanted to start collecting again. And then I saw Mezco stuff. So I started kind of getting Mezco stuff. And the first figure I could say that I got that was 112 was that Captain America, the first one, the Mezco Captain America. That was like one of the first figures I got. Then I was just like right back in it. I started getting a little, as time went, I started finding out about Marvel Legends, finding out about NECA, finding out about all these different lines. And then I was like, just like everybody making a mistake of going on eBay and buying stuff at double price and not knowing how the market was and stuff like that. I had that period too,
Yeah,
I feel like we all went through it buying used toys from Macari for like $40. Like we didn't know what was going on, but but as time went, like I actually looked at my page last night, like, and I've had this account since 2019 February, so I've only been doing about 4 years, But as far as photography, I'm gonna be honest. When I started collecting, I started going to YouTube and trying to find out what lines were the best. Just like the basic stuff you would do when you're trying to get into something new. So I bumped into Darius's material. I started watching Darius's reviews. And then I started to like, oh man, they make this figure, they make this line, they make this, they make that. So I started buying stuff slowly but surely. And then I started talking to him a lot, and he started like teaching me stuff and telling me stuff. And then I met him at Comic-Con 2000 for the first time. And that's when I was like heavy into it. I was buying Storm Collect. I was buying everything, man. Like anything I wasn't nailed down, I was buying it.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how I started.
We had D Amazing on a few weeks ago. He said that he likes to talk to a bunch of people, his people, and bounce up ideas. And he said Sharif, and I wasn't sure if it was you.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said Sharif's the guy. He's in the chat with me, and I'm fairly certain that he was talking about you. So I was like, oh, I'm glad we're having him on.
Yeah, that's my bro right there, man. That's my bro. Like, that's
wow.
a great guy, man. If people don't know, like, I know he deals with a lot of BS, man. You know, and like he's a really good guy. I'm not just saying it because that's my friend. Like, he's a really genuine person.
Yeah, he was. He really was, or he really is. So in terms of photography,
yes.
Like how did you start, I guess? And please, everyone in the chat, love to hear some of your questions for Sharif. And you know, I think a lot of us really just want to know your process, and because you do make it so crisp and everything that you do.
Well, like as far as me starting photography, like I said, when I started seeing reviews, it started like it was getting intriguing to me, and I started seeing photos at the end. Not only him, like unparalleled, a lot of people. So then I used to make like videos. I've always been good with a camera, and plus I'm a graphic designer. So I asked my best friend, like, bro, like, let me borrow the camera we used to use, and like 10 years ago when we used to make videos and stuff. He's like, yeah, bro, take it. So I started like that, and I just started taking like shots, and like I had built my first diorama by myself. So that's how I initially started taking pictures with the diorama I built. So as time started going, I started meeting more people, and I'm not gonna say like I was a natural, but I had an idea of what to do because I know videography and I know photography. So as time started going, I started getting inspired by other artists, seeing other people's style, and like I just started nitpicking certain things from certain people and kind of putting it together with my own eye. And I just became what I am now, you know? Like I tell people all the time, like it's okay to be inspired by other people and even take some of their concepts and like their style in a way, but you still have to make it your own, you know? So like I'm a fuse of a lot of people in my mind, you know? Like and once I say like certain people, like for example, like Jason B. Michael's a great friend of mine. Like I take a lot of stuff from Jason because like Jason's somebody that I speak to deeply about the art, and he always gives me the right criticism, and he's good at delivering it. You know, some people would deliver you criticism and it's like kind of harsh, especially in toy photography and like certain groups. So me and him, I'm always comfortable in asking him questions. So I learned a lot from him. Of course, Darius, and then like certain people that I just admire. Like I'm not gonna lie, I admire Sarge Naz a lot. He's like an originator of the art. Work more, work less. Jason Yang, visual approach photography. Sean. There's a lot of people that I take elements of what they do and then I just put it in my style with my eye, if that makes sense.
So are you in a chat with all of them? And if so, how can we get
I don't talk to Johnny. I don't know Johnny personally. I'm like a fan just like everybody else is. But I talk to Sean. Of course, I talk to Jason's like one of my closest friends. And so is Darius. So I do speak to these people often.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So in terms of just how we're going to go around, we typically just like kind of go around to each host and give you a one-on-one time with them, and they'll ask some questions with that. Let's start. And again, in the chat, if you have any questions, just put them in. Again, Darth Dandada, really amazing photographer. Toy Addict, do you have any thing that you want to start out with?
Well, my question is not going to be what's your Grail figure. That's not going to be my first question.
I want to know. I mean, I didn't ask that.
It's tradition.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait. I can't wait for No Chewing's question that we usually ask.
You know, I've actually asked that to like other people on Instagram, like in polls. It's ridiculous. Everyone answers pretty much the same. Go ahead, Danny.
Well, I am all right. So I'll ask the question. So out of the figures that I always ask everybody this question. So what is a figure in your collection that you would consider your Grail figure? Like it's
a good question. It says a lot about
because for me, Grail means a lot of different things in my mind. So you mean something that's Grail as in valuable, or something that I love that inspires me?
I am the same way. Grail for me is something not that is valuable, it's something that it holds near dear to my heart. Like my Grail in my collection is when I went to the Toy Con. I believe that was that year that that day that we all went. I found the Mesco Christopher Reeve Superman figure, and that was like my Grail.
Chubsies.
Yeah, Chubsies. That's a big.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something hilarious?
That was Sharifs. Was it really? Is it really?
Please tell me you sold it to him that same day.
I needed that.
So we are.
That was funny.
No, but yeah, so I agree with you. Like, for me,
and I'm very happy that you have it though. Oh, that's just full circle.
That is hilarious.
That's
you know
so
what?
funny.
It's yeah, you made a 5-year-old kid very, very happy that day.
Bro,
I was very, very happy.
And that's the base of what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like that's the base of it. And that made me super happy. That's my figure right there. But again, like I said, it's what do you not what's of value, but more of like what's important to you. Like you have like this like simple. That man right there.
Hold on, do that again. Sorry. Show that again.
It's Snake Eyes.
Oh, nice.
Is that the Fortnite one?
Yeah, but it's a little kid bass. I put the
nice.
The 2-pack boots on it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Credit to The Amazing for that one.
Yeah.
And the reason I like him so much is like it's a childhood thing, man. I remember getting him when I was a kid and the little timber in the box, and I used to take that guy everywhere, man. Like every doctor's appointment, every birthday party, every friend's house, I had him. So like when I take pictures of him, it's like I'm a kid, like I'm a kid again. I remember as a kid like making forts out of cardboard boxes and sorry about that. cutting holes on the top of the cardboard and having them out the box and stuff like that. Like that was my guy right there, man. Yeah, I love Snake Eyes.
That's awesome. Actually, I was really thinking about questions this time around, but
hold on.
One other question.
One thing, Machu bought the Yamaguchi Superman that I left at Chubsies.
Oh, nice.
Full circle again.
One of my questions was, what would be the 3 key things? Like, if let's say I am a new toy photographer, right?
Yes.
What would be the 3 key things that you would tell me to to start my toy photography? What is like 3 things like that are important to you when it comes to toy photography?
Okay, see, that's another question. All right, so you mean like the mechanics of it, like far as what you need to know to be to be like
So like good at it, or like what do you like feel passionate about that would be like one of the things you would say. Like me,
I'm gonna say off. I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna say off top. I'm gonna say lighting.
Okay.
Automatic. Like learn lighting. Like at first, I just started just shooting, and then things worked by accident. Sometimes things work by accident, and then you don't ever stop to actually figure out how those wheels are turning. So when I actually stopped to figure out how the wheels are turning, I started noticing like, all right, I can manipulate certain things that instead of me just accidentally doing it, I can manipulate the way things happen. Lighting is a big thing. I would say always like watch videos on lighting, man. Like I could send anybody ever wants to ask me questions, I can send you all the stuff that was sent to me by other people. So lighting is a big thing. And I say inspiration is number 2. And I mean inspiration for
did we lose Sharif?
It's a really good number 3.
So stay tuned.
I'm so sorry because that was Darius calling me, which is hilarious. Sorry about that.
the amazing is calling you.
Like today's just my night. Yeah. So I would say like try to like see, because it depends on what you want to do. Like some people want, I'm not gonna say attention. Attention isn't the right word. Some people want accolades. Some people want appreciation for the work that they do. So there's certain lores and certain characters and things that if you photo that, you'll get more of a base, you know? So I try to tell people, you want to do like a combination of that. You want to shoot things that you love, you know? Like you want to do things that makes you inspired. Because every time I try to shoot something that I feel like is popular, it doesn't work out for me. Like it doesn't, it comes off, you know, like when I do things I love, it's like I see it, I enjoy it. So no matter what happens, far as the algorithm goes, the traction goes, I'm happy. You know, so like make art that makes you happy, and like be creative and like do the things that you feel like. Say you come up as you're passionate about horror stuff. You know what I mean? I look at your page like, dude, do all the horror things that you love, man. You know what I mean? Like try different directions, like try different styles with all the stuff that you love, and like you'll start to see you get better as an artist, and you'll feel fulfilled within. Like you'll be like, no, this is my style. This is stuff I love. You know. And don't be scared to binge. Like I call it binging. Like I'll binge on a line or a lore. Like I'll just shoot G.I. Joes for 5 months straight, man. I don't care. You know what I mean? If I'm passionate about that. So like do what pushes you. You know, like I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like do what pushes you.
I appreciate that because a lot of what I was gonna say, and I agree because I always say I like the Michael Myers figure. I always take photos. That's like my go-to figure to go to anytime I don't have an idea for a photo. So I focus so much on the figures that I do have rather than buying a lot of figures. So that's why, you know.
And you know what's funny? That's kind of how I feel about Snake Eyes. Like there's always like sometimes as an artist you don't always have an idea, you know. So like how you said about Michael Myers, I feel like that about a character like Snake Eyes. That's somebody like, all right, I don't have an idea right now, but let me pose him up and just have him beating up a few people and I see what happens. And maybe that first pose isn't it. But then I'll be like, you know, let me change this. And as it goes, you're in a rhythm and then you end up finding a gap or a pocket, you know, and you just run with it. It's like a quarterback. Once you see that space, just let the ball go, you know, like.
That's,
all right. So
that's great.
So last question is, what would you say is the most challenging thing about toy photography? Like overall,
yourself.
Okay.
And I say that in a way, I mean, as far as like, you could be your biggest critic. You know what I mean? Sometimes you overthink things. Sometimes you worry about factors of things that you shouldn't worry about. You know, like that's why I've never been the type to worry about attention or how many people see what I do. I'm more about fulfilling myself. Like when I sit there and I do stuff, and if I just want, like, it makes me happy, man. Like as long as you're happy when you're doing it, I feel like that's what people are missing in the whole, you know, equation of this. Like just try to do what makes you happy. And sometimes you let what's going on around in the community or what's going on in the game, as I say, you'll let it affect you, but you can't like just enjoy what it is. Like we're grown men playing with toys. You know, like it's a blessing, and I'm saying that in a good way. Like that's a blessing, man. Like some people don't have the courage to do that. You know, like some guys are, you know what I mean. Like this is courageous what we're doing. Like we're being us.
Hold on.
Sorry if I'm sweating like a slave. It's just hot in my room.
Machu says, "I know you love Joe's, but I hear you may have a side piece."
I don't want to talk about that. It's controversial. So let's just leave that subject alone. I enjoy a lot of action figures. See, that's another thing too. Like people see me shoot a whole bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, and like Star Wars stuff. But I get everything everybody else gets. Like I get excited about all this other stuff. Like you know, like I get like when that Spider-Man comes out, I get that Spider-Man too. Like I get Legends and stuff like that too. I just love G.I. Joe and Star Wars. Certain stuff I know as a kid that I was running around with. You know what I mean? Like, and that's definitely one of the things, man. I love G.I. Joe.
I think what you say about lighting and in terms of like, I think I went 3 years of just accidentally getting good lighting. And it wasn't until like the past few months where you need to sit down and really understand why it's good and how to make it good.
I was a fluke, man. I was like, that player that was just scoring by luck, man. And you don't notice it because at first you're just trying to get your feet wet, you know? Yeah. But then what happens to me, I feel like you guys might be able to relate. Everybody hits like a roof.
Yes.
So like you'll get to a point where like you got better, but then it's like, all right, I'm stuck here.
Yes.
You know? Like, dude, like I'm stuck here. You know what I mean? So my like what I've learned and what helps me a lot, I'll just switch gears totally. So like say for instance, I've been shooting a lot of Mythic Legions and I'm starting to get bored. I'm just switching gears. And that's kind of what happened with Star Wars. I've shot a lot of Star Wars stuff in my time. And it was like, it started to get like it started to become like work. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm gonna come in tonight, take this Star Wars shot. All right, let me get a couple Stormtroopers. You know, once you get there, you'll see the decline in your progression. So you want to kind of like always change. I think that's a big key to it. Always switch up the narrative, always switch up the direction you're going in. And it helps too. And it kind of shows like how good you are and what you can do and how creative you can be. Because there's some things that I'm not into, man. You know, like I'm not big into like Superman. I love him. Batman. That's why you don't see stuff like that. But I wouldn't force it. That's why I tell people, try to stay in the lore of things that you like, and it's gonna show. That's why people always talk about my G.I. Joe. Just kind of love it. You know what I mean? Like, so it shows, you know. So just do what
That's
you're
awesome.
really passionate about, you know. Like,
Yeah,
I
think
like a broken record. I'm sorry.
No,
It's all good.
It's all true. Like I think it's funny. All of your points are you see us nodding our heads because we all agree. We all feel the same way. Like when
we're literally all one without knowing. As scary as it sounds, you know.
You hit that ceiling and you just kind of keep doing the same thing. And you're like, why am I? And what I found actually for me to like break it up is like having a posse to like help me through my shots.
That as well. Like I said, like I have people like Jason and Darius. Like I talk to these guys all the time, and I ask them for the brute, honest truth. Like tell me, man. Like, do I suck? I mean, like, let me know. Am I sucking? And is it like what can I do? You know. But then at the same time, and the time we are in now, as far as like Instagram, a lot of it isn't anybody's fault. So if you're listening and you feel like you're down, and it's not your fault, man. There's people who 45K that they're barely getting any views on their page or any impressions. So it's like, don't beat yourself up either. You know what I mean? Like it's not worth it. Like have fun. And then I feel like everything will correct itself when you're having fun and you're doing what you actually enjoy doing. It'll all work out. Like, look, I'm here. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the biggest account. And I'm in front of you guys.
I went to just taking pictures. Like sometimes I'll go 2 weeks and I won't take a photo anymore. I don't take it now until I feel it, and I'm like, I want to go play with the toy. I'll go do that. But
I get that too. I totally understand that.
Because I was on that.
Like, I get like that as well. I get like that a lot. Sometimes it's like I don't want to do anything. You know, like I sometimes just sit here and just literally play with my toys like late at night and just enjoy them. That's part of it too, you know. Because we just because I'm a photographer, I'm a collector too. You know, like that's a part of a lot of people don't understand. Like I'm just excited as everybody else. I'm like, oh, I want that. You know, like just like everybody else.
Well, and then like lately, also I've been like stuck on like one diode because I really like it. So I've been shooting everything on the same diode.
Well, that's my
wife the other day. She's like, hey, you keep using the same background. I was all, so leave me alone.
because it's good. Whoa. And I paid for it.
Did you have fun? That's it. Like, are you having fun? That's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got stairs, and I love the stairs. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Josh, I still shoot on a black tile I got from Home Depot, and no background. It's just the front end of my cabinet. That's like 50% of my shots is that.
But man, like look at it like this. You got somebody like
the mini mates that's just on my countertop in my kitchen because I didn't feel like going crazy with it.
But you look at somebody like, for example, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee is one of the biggest artists ever.
Yeah.
Dude barely uses any dioramas. So it's like it's the passion shows, you know, it's just about what you're passionate about.
He just changes the color of the background. I think he uses like 2, maybe 3 lights, and that's it. And they look great. I mean,
they're crisp.
Yeah.
Amazing photos, you know, like it's amazing. But you could tell he's passionate about that style. So it works and it shows.
Josh, do you have any questions while we're on you?
That haven't been asked yet? What else do you do for fun?
Good question.
Besides shoot toys?
One of them has just become legal in the state of New Jersey. That's one.
You what?
I said one of the things have become legal in the state of New Jersey. Chewy got it. He laughed.
Got it. And I love how you call him Chewy, and I'm surprised how we've never called him Chewy. I love that.
I'm actually okay with that.
I'm one of those guys. Like I got a nickname for everybody. Like, I'm the nickname guy. I like graphic design a lot. I love art a lot. I used to paint a lot. I haven't within like the last 2-3 months. I took a break on that too. But I love design a lot. I'm like everybody else, I got my few shows that I like to watch too and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like anything that art driven or creative driven, I love. Like I design T-shirts, clothing. I've done a lot of different stuff, man, in my time. I've been into, yeah, man. Like you'd be surprised the amount of programs I've learned to use from, bro. I could make you a beat, make you a shirt. I could do a million different things, man. It's a million things, and it's just all from passion. Because like I've always been a hands-on person. That's how I started with dioramas. I always been like, listen, I'm not gonna always be able to pay. Dudes want like $600, $800, sometimes $1,000. I want to buy toys, so I'm like, okay, let's learn how to make dioramas. And, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And there's no, like, it's no stress on anybody that those like some people can go out there and some people could do that, but I always wanted to be able to have control myself. It's not. I guess I'm a control freak, so I always want to be able to be the person to steer my own boat. You know what I mean?
It's also the artist in you. You see, you know the process of how you could do it. So then, why you're not a lazy person by any means. Just
and then you might suck at first. I sucked at first, and I'm not gonna lie, my first diorama was okay. I don't want to put too my own horn, but as time got better, like I started understanding what to do and little tricks and watching this video and like I'm not no oilers workshop, but I can get it done. I can make something out of work for myself,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. One thing from the chat before to Chewy, my brother, out of all the fire shots you've created, which one is your favorite one?
Thanks, Rick. Thanks for putting me on the spot. I got to shout out Rick because Rick did me a big favor. He helped me get this guy right there. Serpentor. Yeah, man. Oh, man.
You missed out on that first.
Yeah, I did miss out on the first one, and that's when we didn't know it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Yo, Rick, please." He's like, "I got you, bro." Favorite shot. Oh man, it's such a corny one, and it's so old. It's probably like so far down my feed. It was like a Daredevil shot I took a long time ago of like being a vigilante Daredevil on like a edge of like the NECA dio. I don't know why. I just always loved that shot. It's one of my favorite shots I did. Older, that's like out of my older stuff. But my most recent stuff, I like that first Serpentor shot I did a lot. I was like, yeah, I like that.
This one?
The first one I did.
Gosh, look at these photos.
Yeah, your lighting is beautiful. You blanket the light across things so beautiful.
Bro,
gorgeous.
Bro, trial and error.
Yeah.
And it's like, what I try to tell most people, everything.
This one. Love that.
I love Star Wars too. I love Star Wars. That I'm not gonna lie, that photo of me walking down the aisle with all those stormtroopers, that might be one of my favorites right now. I'm not gonna lie. I love that one. Yeah. And I did that with a glass. When you have a glass table and most of the glass removes. Yeah. I found one of those. Mick found one of those. The real McCoy on IG found one of those for me on the side of the road. And he called me and said, bro, I know you've been looking for like a glass floor. And I've been using that in so many shots. So what I do is I take that glass floor and I take 2 sheets of black poster board and I put it under that floor and everything reflects from it. So it looks like an Imperial floor or like it looks like a hallway of like a spaceship. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love that piece.
I was doing that. Like I have one of those black lock boxes and I took like a picture frame glass out of it to stick on top of that.
Sit it right on top, man. Oh man, you can get so much stuff out of that. But yeah, that Serpentor shot is definitely one of my favorite shots.
Right? This is the one.
Yeah, because I didn't think that was gonna work. I made it work. I didn't think it was gonna work.
You know what? The very first floor that I used was an old cookie sheet.
Was it really?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that do see. Like that's the fun thing about it. It reminds me when I was a kid, man. That stuff I would do when I was like 7, 8. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a little slow updating, but
don't worry about it because that picture's like
way down there.
Now I gotta find it.
No chewing. How about yourself?
That one?
No, it's a little bit I think it might be a little further away. It's the vigilante one from Netflix, the show.
The black,
so that figure,
there's a shot of him. I have him on the NECA dio, and he's like it's like a moon behind them. I don't know.
Okay.
I love that picture so much.
I'm gonna find it.
No chewing. What about yourself?
Oh man, a lot of my questions were already answered,
Right.
but I love knowing that you paint. I paint too on the sides. Not nearly as much as I take pictures, but something I really enjoy. You spoke about your first cap mezco. Do you still have it, and what do you think of it now after countless number of toys since that first purchase?
I still have them.
Do you still love them?
No.
No.
I've changed. I've changed. The dynamic of how I've like changed is crazy when it comes to toy collecting. Like I can't like. I'm not gonna say that's a strong word because I'm not gonna say I don't. It's the Mezco doesn't. It isn't. It wasn't like. It's not like how when I first started for me. And the reason why I say that is that I don't know, man. It's just I just like I feel like those are like China dolls, you know. Like I don't get to be as aggressive as I want with them.
You can't play with them,
you know. And sometimes it's hard to mix them with Hasbro stuff. That's another thing. I'm kind of OCD-ish when it comes to the way I shoot. Like it has to be classified line, classified figures. Like it's bad. Like Nose Rain had told me that once. Like you don't have to be like that, but that's just how I work. I'm like that particular.
You don't like to like mix and match.
I don't.
I feel that way more about if it has soft goods versus non-soft goods.
Exactly, Chewy. It's like that.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but
I think that's why I like Mafex so much more.
And Mafex is a great blend of both. You know what I mean? Like those are great figures. Because I'm not gonna lie, I would probably mix some Mafex with maybe some Legends. I think that could work. But I'm kind of agree with Chewy on the fact like the soft goods are kind of like you're kind of stuck in a box with that. So and for me personally, some people could take shots with Mezco and other stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like for me, it's like I try to stay in one thing.
By the way,
I mean, I think. Yeah, Chewy. I can't get it.
I'm sorry. Did I start something by calling you that? I didn't mean.
Yes,
that.
you started it, and I love it.
It's
not going to end tonight.
I mean, The Amazing was on, and he said, "I can't."
But I love that one too. I love that one too. I love
that's
that
really
one too.
good.
You know this about that? Wow, I like those photos. Those are during a certain time in my life, and it just those photos were like everything to me at that time. You know, like
I like how you did like for a while. You had it was like Street Fighter versus Capcom for like a bunch of photos where everybody's just fighting each other. Yeah.
You know when you were a kid and you got that haircut, like that's that haircut for me. I'm
yeah.
Like, oh, man.
That's your ball cut face.
Yeah.
Yimbo has that cap. He's neat, but they definitely improved a lot since they came out. Definitely.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. See, here's his cap shot. It's like one of his first.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
You see, like I'm glad you got to see that. You see the progression from like I came a long way, man. Came a long way, bro. See that's the first dial I made.
Yeah. Where he started
that's
is
literally
where
those
I
are my first.
now.
Yeah, that's where I started. Yep.
That was my second question. Now, what was
that's
your first
G1,
dial?
That's G1 Dandada. Yep, that's G1 Dandada.
There's his first posted photo.
Yep. Yes, that's it.
So
with extreme set.
Oh, okay.
That's another thing too, man. Jim from Extreme Set, he was such a great guy, man. Like I was like brand new into this, man, and I don't know why he did it. He literally sent me like 2 dials, and that was one of them. I don't know why he did it, but he sent, and I always will remember that, man. I don't shoot Extreme Sets as much now. I've been trying to, but like I literally have all that stuff that he gave me, man. I appreciate that. I'm lucky, man. I met a lot of good people that helped me to get further in my art, man. That believe in me.
I mean, I think a lot of it is your charm. Like you're really you're a really nice guy. You in terms of just when I met you the first time, like I can remember him for like Toy Talk and look up his stuff because
I appreciate that, man. I got my ways, you know. I got my ways. I'm not perfect.
Well, I mean, like or Machu or JShot when we were talking about them, or like even Never Action Neverland. Action Neverland.
Brian, you talking about Brian? Yeah. Brian. Yeah.
Like when I met all of them all at once, like everyone is so modest, so humbled, and they're just really nice people. And then you look at your stuff and you're like, it just blows your mind because you're like, wow, like they're
Well, you
so
put the face with the
talented.
photos, right?
Yeah, you're so talented.
Thanks, man.
It's so thoughtful, and just like what Machu says, you can see it in your art. You put in the work, and you make it work. So.
Thank you so much. Also, I'm glad you said I want to shout out Brian too and Steph too. Detour Customs.
Steph,
that's my man. Love that guy, man. That's my heart right there, man. That's he's like the pinnacle of what I feel this community embodies, man. You know what I mean? Like
he's so generous. Person.
Yeah, such a good person.
Yeah,
and so down to earth.
Yeah, really. Sorry, Chewy, did you have anything else?
Yeah.
I just really tried to. I'm forcing it.
No. That's Sharif's nickname for me. I don't know if you can use it this way. We can visit that later, but
sorry, it's Sharif's thing. My bad.
You said that you're a collector, and that doesn't come across in your photography because you shoot Joes a lot and beautiful.
I know.
What's coming that you want to add to your collection outside of Joe's for, say, like this year?
I need to get that All Stars 5 by Friday. That's a must.
By Friday?
I have to get that by Friday. That's my personal deadline for it. But All Stars 5, as weird as it sounds, I want that Super 7 Robin Hood because I always liked that cartoon as a kid. And I'm hoping they make the rest of the characters. You know what's funny? Damn, now that I think about it, now that first question you actually asked me, I know who I really want to get, and it's gonna be somebody outside of G.I. Joe. It's gonna sound weird as hell, but I really want a Peter Pan action figure. I think he'll be so cool, and you can do so many cool things with him. And from
the Disney movie, like that design.
Yes, old school Peter Pan.
That would be great.
Super 7 will get around to it.
I think so. I'm praying they do, and just don't make it Tinkerbell, but just don't make her a 6-inch Tinkerbell. Like make a little Tinkerbell in his packaging with him. You know, something cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Other than the All-Star Wave by this Friday, what else is coming out that you're like super excited about that you need to add to your collection?
You said no G.I. Joes.
I mean, I assume you went all in on all the G.I. Joes.
Everything from the Star Wars Black series that is coming out, like that Lupin figure, the Cassian. There's a few I'm trying to think of what else is coming out that I want to get. Pretty much anything Black series. Oh, that Jabin Obi-Wan. I really want that bad. Hasn't released yet either. I need him. That's somebody that's on my list.
Do you dabble with SH figure arts for Star Wars?
I do from time to time. I have most of them as well. I have everybody as well. The 3-pack, the SpiderMan 3-pack. That I'm looking forward to too. What else?
I gotta try to snag that SpiderMan 3-pack when it drops.
Yeah, I got lucky. I pre-ordered. I got to pre-order. I think that the way Hasbro's working, man, it'll be gone. It'll come back.
They're not gonna short volume that one.
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah, that's about it, man. Yeah, that's it.
All right. And then with Snake Eyes, because I'm like this for a few characters, particularly Wolverine and Cyclops. Yes. When you see a Snake Eyes, you just gotta get that Snake Eyes.
Yeah, automatic, like that Mexico coming home instantly as soon as he comes. I was gonna get the 3A stuff, but I don't like where I was gonna. I don't. You know what it is? That was a slippery slope. I said if I go down this path, there's no returning, and I don't want to. Then I'm gonna be buying hot toys, and man, no way. Nah.
Along those lines,
my kid, my kid, he's wild. My kid's crazy.
Along those lines, Tony fans asked, which Snake Eyes is your most favorite and why?
It's a mixture now. It's pretty much that one, but I would say I like that Timber 2-pack, the recent one, not the first one. I like that second one a lot with the white Timber, because that's like how I remember him. Like I was like I like that one a lot.
That's the one I think.
Yeah, that's kind of the best one.
Yeah, I like the Europe scarf too.
Yeah, that was cool. And all the weapons they gave you with him, like that was great. A great set.
That's the cool thing about classifieds. They don't short you on how many accessories you want in that pack. I did get some questions through Instagram. One is just questions about his light and style. I don't know if you can talk about that or.
Well, it's I guess. See, lighting's kind of like mathematics in a way. Like if I direct it the same way you direct it, it's gonna give the same result. You know. So maybe it might be my lights you might want to know. I use a soft box and I use 2 LED lights, but I do have smaller, like I guess you'll call them kind of lume cube lights that I use for like effects and maybe certain spots I want to hit. What I like to tell a lot of people to try to learn how to reflect light. That helps a lot. So like for example, if you want to have a shadow casting on one side of the character's face and the light is coming from this side, you still want to have maybe a white paper on the opposite side. Because even though it's gonna brighten up the darker side of the character where you can see it, but you'll still see the contrast between the bright light and the reflected light. So I tell people learn how to use reflecting of your light, like with white poster boards. Some people buy reflectors, but you can buy a white poster board from Dollar Tree and it works. And like just put it on the opposite side of the light. You don't always have to have a second light coming from the other direction. That's something that's something that changed the way my photos looked. 100%, like when I started doing that. So learn how to bounce light. That's a big thing for me. I would tell people.
So that's the piece I just learned that.
Yeah. Like I said, you know who I learned that from? Actually, I learned that from Trevor, 1/6 shooter. I learned that from Trevor, and I always knew about it, but I didn't realize how much he uses it. Man, he uses it a lot, and then it makes it easier because you kind of just want to keep light on one side of the room because in reality the sun's coming from one direction. You know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
if it's like an outside shot, you know, indoor, you could kind of manipulate it any way you want to. You can do what you want. Another thing I've been doing a lot, also, I've been bringing in light from the top. I've been kind of following Jason on that too. I wasn't doing that for a while. Now I'm doing that as well. So it gives kind of a base on top of the character, and then you can play with the shadow as much as you want to from what I call the dark end or the dark side of the shot. Did I sound like a nerd? I'm sorry. Sometimes I ran.
No.
We love it.
I'm
writing notes. I mean, not literally, but
I
do have a post-it pad next to me.
I'm like Rain Man when it comes to like photography.
No, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. But little stuff like that would make such a difference in the shot, man. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be surprised. Like,
I was big on shadows until I started doing the bounce. I know no chewing and bounce cards technique. When I started that, I could see a big difference in the shots that I'm doing now, and like I'm really, really like enjoying it now. So
because I looked at your work as well, and I love your style, and that little thing right there would definitely help you because you can still have the dark, sinister feel you're looking for, but then the actual audience can see that dark side. Yeah. I used to have an issue with that, like black spots and dark spots in certain areas. I used to like it. I was like, yo, nah, man. That's my style. But then it's like somebody. No, I know. No one's gonna know there's a bandolier there. You know what I mean? Or if he has a patch there, or if this side of his face is cut. Like all that stuff matters. You know?
No, you see the difference, and I think what I love about just utilizing that technique is like wanting to improve on what you're doing. Like it's like you touched on it before. It's like you're on this level, right? And like anytime I'm like stuck in one spot, I'm always asking myself, how can I improve? How can I get better? So I'll go on YouTube or I'll like look up like behind the scenes. And then, these guys talked about the whole bounce, the bounce card and all that stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to try that out and see what happens. And I see a big difference. It's just like when I was always told by a coach of mine when I used to play football, I was always told by a coach of mine that when you think you're doing good, that's when you need to do better. I was always told that.
I love that.
So I take that anytime, like with anything I do. So, but like I take that with like photography, even if it's something fun. It's like it's good to learn from the people that do it and people that have been doing it for years. Because again, it's okay to like you'll see the results, and then like they were saying in the comments, like with your shots, and like now I'm starting to see with my shots, like because I'm putting in the work. You're starting to see like a whole, switching gears now. Where
you'll see the difference, And the funny thing is, like you, I'm gonna touch on the point that you said that's really like that. The quote that you gave is really deep because like sometimes you'll think you're there, man, and you're really not there. You know what I mean? Because it kind of depends on who you're around. Like if I'm a big fish in a small pond, I'm gonna be, it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna think that no matter what I do, I'm gonna always be the best at what I'm doing. But once you get that shock, when you get put into a whole forest full of other people, that you're just like, oh man, you know what I mean? So certain stuff like that, you use to your advantage as well. Like I look at other people's art and I get inspired. I'm like, damn, that means I can get that good, or I can push it there. You know, like sometimes we all get, and we could be our own worst enemy too, because sometimes liking something a lot, it could be like, too much of anything is a bad thing. You know, so like you got to always try to like inspire to just be the best that you could be in anything. You know, like that's like the bottom line. Like I don't ever want to stop. Like this is not it for me, as far as like photography. Like I want to go higher. Like I see some guys' stuff that I'm like, yo, that's what's next. You know what I mean? Or like that's the direction that this is going.
Yeah.
Like I try to stay in that realm because there's a lot of people that I started with, man, they don't even shoot anymore. You know, like and stuff like that. To me, that says volumes for myself. I'm like, man, I didn't give up. Like, you know, I kept trying until, I got in a space where I'm happy with my artwork, so don't ever give up, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Chewy.
No, yep. Very disgusting.
I had to.
Next question from Agent Variant. Oh, and the first question is from PM Uncolored. This next question comes from Agent Variant. Who is your go-to favorite toy photographer?
That's my guy right there too. That's another amazing person. Agent Variant, another amazing person. My favorite toy photographer.
Better choose right.
I think one just tried to call you.
That's a hard question.
Especially if
I can't say one. I can't. I'm gonna say first of all, like I definitely got to say The Amazing. I feel like The Amazing somehow affected everyone. You know what I mean? I don't care what anyone thinks. He's affected everyone in some way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna say The Amazing, Jason, and I'm not saying this because these are my friends. These are my friends because I admired them. So that's why I became friends with them and try to like pick their brains. Jason B. Michael. Like I said, man, I still feel like Sarge Bananas is probably not if one of the best, probably the like best photographers to ever have done it. Him, visual approach photography. Then there's a lot of new people that I'm starting to see that are getting good. A lot of them are, I'm trying to think of one guy. Toy Lens is really good too, man.
Toy Lens is really good.
Toy Lens is tearing stuff up right now.
Yeah.
Toy Lens is really good.
He just started out amazing.
Yeah,
man.
Right out of the gate.
Some people just got it, and I can say that like he's good. I'm trying to think of somebody that like who are not their usual suspects.
I remember I go through my feed and I'm like, oh, who did this one? I'm like, Toy Lens again?
Yeah,
Jeez.
man. If consistency was a person,
yeah.
Yeah. All right, next question by Samurai Chris, and he's the one that started all this questions that I ask every week now. Would you rather be haunted by a ghost or abducted by aliens?
I love this question.
Definitely trying to get abducted by aliens. I'm not trying to be dealing with no ghosts.
No one wants to be bothered.
Man, that's sick. That's crazy. Some people might enjoy. Some people would enjoy that, but it's like that's just like somebody that no one else can see talking to me. Nah. It kind of reminds me of Death Note. You ever seen Death Note? It's like a guy like walking around and the guy next to me. Like, shut up.
Riptic Tan says not a question, but just he just wants to say appreciate your constant work and creativity.
Wow, I deeply appreciate that, man. That's one thing. Like this stuff, like I'm trying not to be like Kool-Aid man, but it's like thank you. This is what makes me keep doing it, like because like I said, with everybody, I'm not up there. I'm not the biggest account, but like the small pocket of people that I'm close to, like literally keep me going. It's like they're like a life force, because like we all got our ups and downs of life, and like I always know that I can come here and it's like I got people that's behind me, backing me up, that support me, and it's amazing.
So true.
So just going back to Dr. Space Camp, this is like the moment in Underworld where we never realized what
by
the
alien
answer,
ghosts.
like the answer is haunted by alien ghosts.
And the final question from Toyac 17. chicken or fish?
Woo! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I didn't need that. I'm gonna say the politically correct answer. I'm gonna do fish. I love both, but I feel like fish is just. I love salmon, man. I love salmon.
Yeah,
it's funny. I
love salmon.
When I thought of this question, I was at work in the cafeteria, and that's what they were serving: chicken or fish. So I was like,
yeah.
And then I saw no chewing. Then I saw no chewing's thing to ask questions. I was like, this is gonna be one of my questions for today: chicken or fish.
Sharif, like
Yes.
it's been a pleasure in terms of getting to know you as a person. And I would have to say, I always thought you were a positive person in the toy community with amazing toy photography, but you've even reinforced even more that you were an even better person than I originally thought in terms of just
thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Giving out your advice and being able to share it, but also being able to articulate everything that we kind of feel as toy photographers moving forward, how we feel about ourselves, how we could be our own worst enemy, and how we need to just continue to, as Toy Addict said, don't get comfortable being good. Like you got to get better, right?
Yeah, man. Like, and I just want everybody to know too, like me, I'm striving every day to get better. Like this isn't the route for me, like, and I know the feeling that you get when you're unsure of yourself, or like it's not an easy art form, like you want people to notice your stuff, like you want to get those accolades, like you want to feel good about what you do, but just don't ever let it defeat the actual purpose of why we're doing this, like it's really to like defeat what's out there, you know what I mean? Like
seriously.
You know what I mean? Like we all go through it, man, even at our highs and our lows, like we're all literally going through the same thing without each other knowing it. We're just all putting on a mask, like.
Yeah. And I think one thing that you didn't say it directly that you kind of alluded to that we don't really talk about here is you surround yourself with the people that make you better, right?
Yes.
So you surround yourself with people that will continue to push you, that will be honest with you, but won't like tell you like harshly. They'll give you that feedback in a constructive way, and you're able to move forward with it without your ego being like totally frazzled.
Because like some of these groups, man, that like when I first started, these people were harsh, man. They're really mean to other people. Not only me per se, like I never really had a real run-in with somebody who was harsh about my work, but I've seen some stuff that some people told to other people, and it's like, dude, like you don't do that to people, man. Like there's a way of like I never was a fan of what we call tough love. I feel like that's there's no such thing as tough love. There's no love in being tough with someone. I never got that, even though some people do need to get reinforced in maybe a sterner manner, but like you got to kind of, I'm going to always give you what's good before I give you the bad, or I'm not going to word the bad in a way where it's going to harm you. I'm like, listen, man, maybe next time if we try to do this, it's like in school, who were the teachers that you listened to? The ones that you were cool with, like you hated the ones that were stern and mean to you and like gave you a hard time. So like, why would you do that to somebody in their art form? And like the way life is, man, that could drive a person down the wrong direction, So it's like you gotta treat people like humans, man.
Yeah. That is a great point. Yeah. And I think one thing that I'm in education, one thing I tell teachers is that in 20 years, kids aren't going to remember what you taught them. They might remember some of the math facts, whatever. But when it comes down to it, they're gonna remember how you made them feel.
Yes, sir. And that's and then what's funny thing is that's another thing that's full circle. My mother's an educator as well, so that I totally understand where you're coming from. That's kind of why I had this kind of mindset as well. Like I seen a lot of stuff, man. Of a lot of people having it hard, and a lot of people going through a lot of. Why would you want to bring that to something as beautiful as this?
No,
absolutely. There's kind of something wrong with you if you're talking to people that way, like I had a guy, matter of fact, recently some guy had like, some people just want to nitpick, like, so some guy had kind of said something like derogatory to me in like a Facebook group over something that I knew was right. But some people are just assholes, like, no matter what you're going to do. So
here's another piece. Some people just don't want to heal, and that's
exactly.
it.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, with every guest, I like to kind of end with what I like to call rapid fire. So basically, you have 10 seconds to answer each question. Some of these questions you've already answered, so they might be a little bit easy.
Okay.
So you already have your answer there, but are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Favorite toy line? Wow, really? I thought that was going to be easy.
Okay. No, I made a face like I think.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Favorite toy?
Snake eyes.
Saltwater or freshwater?
Snake eyes.
Swimming, snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
Saltwater.
Saltwater. All right.
Yeah, I'm a beach guy. I'm a big beach guy.
Yeah.
Big beach guy.
Superpower.
As crazy as it sounds, I'm afraid of heights, but to fly, because I would go anywhere if I could fly.
What
You
makes
can also
you feel
teleport.
That's true too. Whoa, man. Let's
Helping
change
you
that.
out,
Yeah,
man.
teleport.
And it's
Yeah,
quicker.
teleport. Yeah, teleport.
Or have snake eyes, right?
Snake eyes. Teleported snake eyes. There we go.
Those are some good ones, Danny and Chewy. Sorry. What makes you feel old?
These goddamn grays. Jesus.
And
I'm not doing it just for men, man. And I just gotta ride with it, man. Besides, that's it. I feel fine, man. Like I'm actually, thank God, it's like, this shows it. Like, yeah, he's old. He's 40.
My buddy and I were saying, when is the time you do like you have to do it before you turn all gray.
Yeah,
because then when you do it, it looks weird.
It looks weird, And then sometimes when I see guys with it, it's like not the same shade as their hair.
Yes.
I'm like, nah, man. I just stay with the grays, shave it down a little bit. Yeah.
See, I can't wait for mine to all turn gray. I just have like gray here and there, but
yeah.
See, like your beard, like when I see dudes with the all gray, so badass to me, it's like, yo, that guy's lived a life. You know what I mean? Like he's been around.
Yeah,
like,
you're thinking
That guy could be
Outback.
Santa.
Santa or Outback.
Yeah, like good old Outback. Yeah, this guy's he's been through some stuff. Yeah.
What makes you feel young?
Shooting shots, playing with my toys, definitely. It's like I'm back in grandma's room with my cardboard boxes. You know what I mean? Like it's like right back again.
Other than Snake Eyes, favorite G.I. Joe character?
I like Outback.
Oh, there it is.
I like Outback.
Okay, the young one.
Oh, let me this guy too.
Oh, Cobra Commander.
we get the classic colors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you a crazy story about that. I don't know what I was thinking. I had them pre-ordered, and then I don't know why I canceled them. It was the stupidest thing. And then we all found out how rare he was. And there's a guy. He always has a table. My good friend Frank. I don't know if you ever met Frank before. Toyopia. He has a table. He always has a table in ToyCon.
Okay.
He had them, and he gave it to me for like dirt, like literally retail.
Oh,
That's
so
man.
nice. That's so nice.
We joke about it all the time. He's like, yo, you love that. You shoot this figure all the time. Like, yo, bro, I owe you, man. Like.
Last question. If you had to give someone who does not collect toys a gift, what toy would you give them?
Yes, I guess, yeah, Snake Eyes. Yeah.
All right, I love it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because I can't think of anybody else. Like, I really can't think of anybody. Or, you know what? As weird as it sounds, Snake Eyes or Marvel Legends Captain America. I love Captain America, too. A lot of people don't know that.
I think those are two good standard figures to give to
Yeah.
anyone because they're kind of well known, right?
Exactly. Like, I feel like that's something like, even if you don't know too much about Snake Eyes, you'll know about Captain America, but I just feel like those are two solid figures, man. Two solid figures.
Well, Sharif, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming on to Toy Talk.
Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see you guys again.
Yeah.
Guys
So we're at least some of us that our next trip will be Legion's Con in November. We got our hotel room and everything. So
that's the Mecca. That's becoming the Mecca of New Jersey toy collecting. Legion Con.
Yeah, I'm guessing you'll be there because you're in that area, and
of course,
we'll have a drink together. Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Sharif, were you at Legion's Con this year? That passed?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Were you sitting? I I think you were sitting with Chubsy when I dropped off that Iron Man to him. I think that was you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Now I'm trying to remember. I was like, yeah, you were sitting with Chubsy when I dropped off an Iron Man to him.
And then Sharif bought that Iron Man, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
I was. Wow, that was you. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first met him, he was sitting with Chubsy too. So
Yeah, that's the boss.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
awesome.
That's
Well,
awesome,
hey,
man.
everyone in the chat, thanks so much for tuning in, hanging out with us, getting to know Darth Dandada. If you don't know him, follow him definitely right now. Honestly, some of the best photography out there. And
Thank you so
he
much.
gave us some
Thank you
great
so
tips
much.
in terms of working on your lighting, doing and really shooting what you're passionate about. And that is so true. Like if you don't have any deep connection or any connection to any figure, it won't show off in the photography. Like I totally agree with that. That's why, like, I don't know, 85% of my figures or photos are like Spider-Man, right?
But and it shows though. It shows, like it shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
But thank you everyone in the chat. Really appreciate it. Next week we have Biblical Adventures on. Talking about the
You guys gonna have Chris on? Oh,
Yeah.
Chris is the man.
Awesome. So we're really excited. They hit their Kickstarter goal, and so we're going to talk about that piece and also talk about the figures that are coming out. So
such
please
a
join us.
creative line and so daring.
Yes.
Daring line. It's so creative.
I'm really excited because he just recently hit his Kickstarter goal. It'll be interesting to see what his reflections are moving forward and all that. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot, and
thank you, guys.
Thank you, Darth Dandada. Thank you, Cox Create, Toy Addict 17, Chewy. Great having you on.
On that note, for those that have not done so yet, please click like, subscribe, ring that bell.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Oh, before we do it, do you guys have anything to Sharif, do you have anything to plug?
Just go to the Instagram and follow Real One McCoy. That's my buddy Mick. I need to get his page a little bit up. He does some amazing prints, amazing designs. Follow Imprint Condition as well too. I work a lot with Imprint Condition as well too. I'm just gonna plug the people I work with, like far as like dioramas and like getting prints and stuff designed. Yeah.
Awesome. And this Wednesday we have TPC Top 10, 8:45 on the Toy Pick Community YouTube channel with Yimbo, myself, and No Chewing. This Wednesday we got State of the Art with Unboxing Art and Cox Create.
You can watch Unboxing Arts, State of the Art, and then go right over and watch the TPC.
Yep.
It's like an ABC family fun night.
Yes, sir. TGIF.
And then Black and Wednesdays, the hashtag is TA_Black and Wednesdays with a splash. Well, that's it. And then with a splash of green.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate you. And we'll see you next week with a new episode of Toy Talk.